Hello there. Thank you very much for showing an interest in burnout coaching of the Fulfilled Careers. If you are wondering with regards to who Fulfilled Careers Institute is, let me introduce myself. My name is Dr. Kirti Maholkar. I'm an orthopedic surgeon, and I've established and put together Fulfilled Careers in 2019. This is based upon my long-term interest in burnout coaching, as well as my passion, if you like, of studying more of this particular topic, as well as helping colleagues, which I've done over the past at least 15 to 20 years. So this burnout mini course has been put together with a view to allow the taker of this particular course to quickly follow it and complete the course, probably within a matter of a couple of days. I would say if you were to do it over just one day, the content can be slightly involving. I would say do it again. But in an ideal world, I think I would say take 2 videos, probably 3 at the most a day, because it's not just to assimilate the content, it's to understand and possibly kind of act upon it. Because when I started it, it was a very, very slow process. And the moment you know that you can resonate with some of the findings, it can be a very, very transformational situation. The caveat I say in anybody doing these type of courses is you have to be open-minded, and if you're not open-minded, it's gonna be frustrating for you. In fact, you might lose interest and might not even kind of complete the course. My humble request is to just bear with us, see what's the basis behind what we talk about, and then make your judgments. But if you don't have an open mind, it'll be very, very difficult for you to complete the course. Now, the mini course, it has probably something like about 3.5 hours worth of video content, but if somebody was interested in drilling down deeper into burnout and related subjects, I would strongly recommend my 6-week Burnout Freedom Formula course, which drills down into greater detail of what we've talked here, as well as much, much more, because most of the behavioral traits are not covered here, and in fact will be covered in the full 6-week program. So what are we going to cover in this particular course? Well, we start off with a brief introduction of what burnout is. Then we go on to history, demographics, causes, and in the causes section, we separate the physician burnout causes and also consider the causes of entrepreneur burnout, teachers, firefighters, policemen. And though the physician group has been widely studied and most of the literature is available on their front, I wouldn't say all, but most of the findings can be applied to the frontline work. We then go on to stages of burnout, the effects of burnout on the frontline population, as well as the people that they serve, and then we look at a very, very important aspect of the course, which is in fact 2 videos. One is why is burnout common in physicians? And the topic, when I kind of initially learned about it, I thought it was mesmerizing. And the second one is my attempt to, if you like, compare a human body to a computer. And I think what you will be able to do at the end of listening to that particular video is just to relate to what you need to tweak in your human computer, if you like, to update your software version so that you can virtually transform yourself. Again, open-mindedness is extremely important. If you don't want it, you might not even kind of find yourself here. But if you've made an effort to come into this part of the course, and if you're listening to me, my humble request is please keep an open mind, because if you have a bit of a problem, and if you don't change from what you've done in the past, you won't get a different result. So I think you need to have an open mind and bear with us, and I think you will see quite a lot of changes. So who should attend this particular course? Well, you may find yourself to belong to one of these groups, but I think on the left-hand side, I've put the medical practitioners, on the right-hand side, everybody else, but in the frontline occupation. So the medical practitioners are the ones that are maximally affected, but the others are by no means not affected. This group has been studied the most, which is the reason why more literature is available, and I repeat that. But it can be applied to the other groups as well. It will be helpful to the nurses. In the COVID type of situation, I think our frontline nurses are the ones, I have to be honest, though being a doctor, and I have worked in the COVID type of environment, but nurses are by far the most important people because they have provided the real frontline help. And if the stress levels of treating patients and looking after their needs, as well as the calamities and catastrophic deaths that they would have seen, it is but natural that they may be requiring some type of help. And I think they will certainly feel this and find this of great help. The HCAs, or the healthcare assistants, psychologists, and students, both medical as well as nursing students. On the other side, the frontline occupations like teaching, entrepreneurship, parents, academicians, policemen, firefighters, and in fact anybody who's interested in burnout is going to be finding it of great help to kind of listen to this particular course as well as others, not necessarily ours, but just familiarize yourself, because one of the saying is you don't know what you don't know. So identify, learn, and then basically improvise if you wanted to. So briefly, again, talking about COVID, the frontline occupations, whether they are healthcare practitioners or not, I think the profession was taxed anyway pre-COVID, and they were seeing burnout in significantly large proportions. And what COVID has done is just added fuel to the fire. Now, it was again an understanding in pre-COVID times that the causes of burnout could be existential and circumstantial, and it's not only the person who's the individual that it is his or her fault. It is a combined thing, and the institutions have a large part to play as well. And we'll briefly talk about that in the causes video, but because we have a direct control of what can be changed, and if there is any issue that we can affect the change, we've got to start it. If we don't start it, it's going to be quite difficult. And the frontline occupations are the ones that at least they should understand, because if they don't understand, if they don't know about the ins and outs of burnout, they may not be able to even kind of approach their institutions to try and influence their leaders, because the hospitals and the larger institutions are very well clued now with burnout, and they're trying to do as much as is possible. So unless you were to take an interest, unless you were to lobby yourself to reach your leaders and try and make them understand that a happy healthcare institution is going to be a happy healthcare environment, is going to lead a happy employee, a nurse, a HCA, a doctor, and that'll lead to a happy patient. Likewise, a happy a school institution is going to lead to a happy teacher and a happy pupil, and so on and so forth with regards to the policeman or the firefighter or the entrepreneur. So without further ado, I think I would thank you again for showing an interest in the Fulfilled Careers, and I hope that you'll find this mini course of great help. If you were interested any further in this, please look at our 6-week course, or perhaps a free coaching that we would be very happy to offer you, which is our, if you like, payback time in the COVID type of situation, and it would be our pleasure to talk to you. So reach us on admin@fulfilledcareers.com, and one of our team members would be very glad to help you. So thank you for listening to this video or seeing this video, and I'll see you in the course.